Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to Sewing Back. My name is Brandy, if you're new around here. And today I am trying to finish off preserving all that I harvested before our first frost. So this is one that I love to make, and it is a hot pickled green tomato. It does have some peppers. I have some serranos, some cayennes, and diced up green tomato. A couple of my tomatoes were just starting to turn, but those are good too. So that's what I have cut up in here in my jars. I have 6 jars, and I made a brine because I'm going to be using the same brine, which I videoed it. It is I'm trying it from memory. It's 2 cups of distilled white vinegar to 6 cups of apple cider vinegar to 4 cups of water. And then it's a tablespoon of peppercorns, a teaspoon of celery seed, a teaspoon of mustard seed, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of turmeric. And this is the beautiful color you get. It's very vinegary. Those spices, and I did 2 cups of sugar. You can add a lot more sugar if you want this to be sweeter. We like about the 2 cups of sugar with what I've made before. So I know that we like that sweetness. Some people like more of a syrupy vinegar base in their pickled tomatoes, peppers, whatever. So you can play around with that. That's not what's preserving it. What's preserving it is the vinegar, and you got to make sure you're using a 5% acidic value on your vinegar. So you want to look on the back of your bottle. Hold on, I still have 1 bottle left. So this one is apple cider vinegar. It's raw, it's unfiltered, but you can get whatever. This is what I had. But see, it says it has, I don't know if you can see it, but it says it has the 5% acidity, and that's what you need. And so did my white vinegar. So I also use distilled water instead of tap water because this is a canning project. So, all right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour and fill our jars to about 1 inch of headspace. If you don't know what 1 inch, it's really to this first lip around the jar is usually considered 1 inch of headspace. You could probably fudge it a little bit, and it's not going to matter as much with these. But you are going to want to debubble, and I had on my, here it is, I have a clean chopstick. You will want to debubble this because there's a lot of different things where air pockets can get in. So you'll want to debubble it, and I'll show you that. And then you just wipe it with some white vinegar and a clean rag in case there's any sticky residue on your rims. And you put on new bands, and not the bands don't have to be new, but the lids need to be new, unused. And then these just process in a water bath canner. Can be a big pot, stock pot. Just put something on the bottom so that the glass is not in contact with the bottom of the pan and your stove. And you process these for 15 minutes. Okay guys, so when I got these canned up, I probably had 1/2 inch of headspace. That's why I said try to do, when you're putting everything in the jar, you're putting your liquid in the jar, try to get to that 1 inch of headspace, because when you start debubbling and pushing things down, things are going to start floating around, and you may need to add a little more of the brine. I did in some of them I didn't need to, some of them I had to take a little out. And then that's about 1/2 inch, and that is totally fine. That's where you want to be. That's pretty. So what I'm fixing to do is, I'm not going to show you me doing my peppers. I use the same exact brine. Let me show you my peppers. I have to cut all these up. They're clean. But I have a video on doing it with peppers. And so I'll link it in the description. But I want to can process them, because I can fit way more than 6 pints in my water bath canner. So I want to go ahead and get them all done, and then we're going to water bath can. So when I water bath can, I'll have more than 6 pints. Some of them will be peppers, some are going to be my green tomatoes. And I wanted to show you, I say this and I don't think I've ever demonstrated it. You can take a kitchen towel, you put it in the bottom of the pan. This is just a normal pan. You need to have 1 inch of headspace with your jar in the pan, because I have 4 more jars. I didn't want to get my other big canner because I only had 4. And I'm going to fill this up with warm water, and I'm going to bring it up to a boil like I did my canner. But you see I have that towel down there so that these glass jars are not going to come in direct heat with the bottom of the pan and the eye of my stove. You can totally do that. This is just a normal stock pot. So let me get some water and I'll show you. Alright, so we're going to cover our jars here. And this one's tight, okay, because this is cutting it close, but it'll work. And so I'm going to turn my stove on and bring this up to a boil. I have that one, my other eye going. Once these are at a full rolling boil, they're going to boil for 15 minutes and then they're done. And the only difference is with this glass one, it doesn't have like a little steaming hole. So I just kind of leave it. I don't totally close it. It can kind of steam out the side. And I'm fixing to turn on my vent hood. But there's steam coming up out of the hole over here. This is at a full rolling boil. This one, the other one over here is almost done. It didn't take as long to bring it to a boil as this bigger one did. So when this timer goes off, I'm just going to turn off and let those stay in there. And I'm going to let these process for 15 minutes. And when they all get done, I'll take them out. I'll insert a picture at the end so you can see how they look after they've been processed. I hope that you found this helpful. I will leave the video to my peppers in the description and the cards. If you're interested in seeing how I did the peppers, I essentially did the same thing. I just poured the brine over the peppers. I did have a little extra brine, so I just cut up peppers and I put garlic, and these are going in the refrigerator. We won't eat on these for at least a week, and then we'll start going to town on them. And I did slices, and I did some rough chops on the little bit of the banana peppers and the big gem peppers that had not turned. And I also did some smashed garlic I had left over. And these are going in the freezer. I can use these for stir fries or fajitas next year when I get through using all the fajita premixes I did. Let me do my timer. Okay, so I got the timer going for this one, so that's going to go for 15 minutes. And that's how easy it is to water bath can. If you're pickling peppers, if you're pickling cucumbers, if you're pickling tomatoes, whatever you're pickling, it's that easy. So I'm excited that I'll have this. This will be 12 more jars on the shelf. 6 are going to be the green tomatoes. 6 will be the hot peppers. And so yeah. So this year, let's see, I've done a hot pepper sauce. I've done pickled sweet peppers, and these are going to be my pickled hot peppers, and my green tomatoes. I still have cayennes and jalapenos left of all of the heart. That's really all I have other than my loofahs and my pumpkins. And I have a few spaghetti squash, and they're fine. I don't have to attend to those anytime soon. They're doing fine. Those I need to get to. Those will be a different video because I think I'm going to go ahead and ferment those tomorrow. And I've done some fermentations before. I have never done it with cayenne, so I'll probably bring you along, and because that'll take several days so it can ferment, and I'll kind of video it and make a video of it so you can kind of see how that works. This one will be interesting because I haven't done this before. So essentially what you're going to do, if you're interested and you're going to want to come back, I'm going to clip the tips off, and I'm going to put them in a solution that has distilled water and salt, and I'll probably also put just a little splash of some raw apple cider vinegar with the mother in it to kind of speed it up. And I'll put that in a jar, and I will have like a little I have a weight, and I have the little burpee things so that while this is fermenting, gases will release themselves. And so once I feel like these are fermented to the place I want, then I will blend them up in my Vitamix, and I will strain any of the seeds out and bottle it up. And that's how you make the pepper sauce. So I've been wanting to do this. I haven't had enough cayennes to do it before, and I have enough. So, and I don't know if I'm going to want to do cowboy candy because I have so much of this. I really think I'd rather just do the fermented jalapenos, and I have enough for that. So when I make the ferment for this, I can make the ferment for that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and that will end the summer harvest of 2023 and preserving. So yeah, woo-hoo, I made it. So anyway, I appreciate you being here. If you found value in this, do all the things, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.